gem has to be somebody who has multifaceted lustre. You look at how the person is in their career and you're like, I want to be like that person. That person is admirable. You look at how they are with your family and you're like, that person is admirable. You look at how they're doing with money and you're like, oh, that person is admirable. So that is what we need to have people who have multifaceted lustre, who are not just doing well in one area of life, but are doing well in all the various aspects of life. Because if you look at a diamond, it gives us luster on all its facets. Imagine a diamond that shines on 3 sides and then on one side it doesn't have any shine. You'd question the authenticity if that's actually not a fake gem. So a gem is a polished, well-rounded person with multifaceted luster. That definition is important because it's going to lay the foundation for what we will be talking about today. God is the first. If you don't have a connection with God, all the other aspects of life do not make sense. But let us define an index of meaning. So I have defined an index of meaning as a deep-seated realization that a person has, that their life counts for something, and that they are not just a randomly occurring statistic. Take note of the words in bold. Do you have an index of meaning? Or what is your index of meaning? To go further, we could then also ask, what does your life count for? These are ideas that one might just feel, okay, they are good ideas, but have you really thought about that as a person? What does my life count for? And I love the last question. What end does your means subserve? We know that many things we do in life would be a means to an end. Going to school is a means, for example, to an end of getting a degree. Getting a degree is a means to an end of getting a job. Getting a job is a means to an end of sustaining a family. Okay, so but what's the end of all this quote unquote means at the end of the day? That is something many of us are not able to define. So what end does your means subserve? And that really is what will push you closer to having an index of meaning. What's the point of everything at the end of the day? Because I've heard somebody say something like, oh, so what's the point of everything really? You go to school, you make money, you marry, you have children, you build a business. At the end of the day, you die. What's the point? The first commandments, like the sum of it all. And that's why this is part 1 of 5. Like, love the Lord your God, love your neighbor as yourself. Because love the Lord your God, that's captured under God. Love your neighbor as yourself, that is captured under fellowship. If you do not sort all these things out, it doesn't matter if you exercise, it doesn't matter if you have money, it doesn't matter if you're a good leader, it doesn't matter if you are inspired, and it doesn't matter if you have a system of expression, you still will not have a meaningful life. So I have said that if you remove G from GEMLIFE, what you have is MLife, and use the word or term M when you are not sure. And that's why having an index of meaning is super important. It is where we have to start from. So practically, how to develop an index of meaning, you need to build a connection with God, and you need to maintain relationships with the right people. Remember what I said, somebody defines success as being thought of the most by the people that matter the most. When the people that matter the most to you think the most of you, that makes you not just to be successful, but it gives a certain meaning to your life that you cannot have any other way. Okay, so I'm going to stop here because this is just a session, a GEMLIFE session. The whole idea really is to have a GEMLIFE coaching, like a one-on-one GEMLIFE coaching. And in order to schedule that coaching, you can use this link on this slide, because to have a GEMLIFE coaching would require us having some questions basically, and that's not something I think I want to do in a group setting. And I would like to thank you for joining this session. I know it's been a short session. I hope it has spurred you to think about certain important things, and thank you for connecting. I'll be glad to take questions.